What is going on, guys, and welcome to another live stream. Today's live stream, we're going to be talking about how much money can a tinter really make. We're going to be talking all about that. We're going to be doing some Q&A stuff also at the end of this live stream. And stay tuned because it's all going to be coming up next. Hey guys, and welcome to Window Tinting Business. As always, my name is Patrick, and if you're interested in window tinting as a side job to improve your current skills or as a full-on career, start right now by subscribing to the YouTube channel. Here you can go ahead and hit this, it should be over here, I think it is over here, a little blue box here on your screen over here. You can just go ahead and click on that and be able to subscribe to the channel. So much to say, so much to do. Let's see here. I'm going to pull up some of my screens here. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. Jaybird, thank you for subscribing. Jaybird's been there since the get-go. So, always appreciate it, Jaybird. Wow. All right. So, today's topic, we're going to go ahead and get into that. I do apologize. I know we're getting off to a little bit of a late start. It's about 7:10 right now. For some reason, every time I try to, check out... Let me just bring this down here a little bit. Every time I try to, organize something, like plan an event and then schedule the event in YouTube, for some reason it never lets me want to do it. I have to upload natively, and I think that's just what I'm going to do from now on. Obviously I'm using some software now, makes it a little bit different, but that's what I'm going to be doing from now on, because for some reason every time I try to switch over using that way, it just it won't even let me get on the server. For I don't know what's going on. I'm just a slightly tech-savvy tinter. That's pretty much it here. So, but yeah, that's the reason why. Some of you guys might have it, some of you guys might not. If you guys want to stay tuned to my live streams, and also let me know in the comments below, or in the comments section, if it's too loud, the background music is too loud, or anything else. If anything's really weird, I can adjust stuff on my end. But going back here, if you guys are interested in doing window tinting, if you guys are interested in my live streams, I do them every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am going to be doing it here on the YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to, you can go ahead and hit the bell notification, and it'll inform you every time I update, every time I upload a video, or when I go live, because I do go live sporadically from time to time as well. So that's one way that you can not miss any of my live streams. So, moving on here. Before we get started as well, I'm going to be doing a new thing every week. I'm going to be calling it the Super Chat Shout Out. That's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be giving out some shout outs to the people that gave me Super Chats previously in the previous live stream. And first one here, up in here, donating with the $2.69, Jay Wise, appreciate it, my friend. Next here at $4.99, Jared Tamio, I hope I'm saying that correct, I really appreciate that. And last but not least, my good friend Matt over at the YouTube channel Tint Stuff, donating with the $5 super chat. If you guys don't know what super chat is, if you look under the comments section, there should be an emoji and then a dollar symbol. That is a super chat availability. You're able to donate basically any amount of money that you'd like, and it just goes to help support the channel, because obviously, unfortunately, things aren't free and they're not cheap at all. So every little bit helps to help support the channel. I do use it to do stuff for the channel, not just my own personal life. I don't get supported by YouTube yet, at least. So let's move on to... Let's see, we talked about the super chat. Again, everyone, appreciate that. Lastly here, because I wasn't able to share it on social media, because for some reason, every now and then my computer wants to just go nuts and just drop out on me, and I don't want my computer to just shut down, because it will, and then I'll drop the stream, and then that's never fun and it's frustrating. So I don't want to try it here right now, but for those of you that are watching, if you could share it to anyone that you might think might benefit from this live stream, that'd be good to go. All right, some quick shout outs here on the comments section here. Jaybird's in the house. Mitch says 1. Oh, Tint Stuff in the house. What is going on? Oh, Matt is on the other side of the world in the Philippines, and he's still watching. Appreciate it, brother. Hope all is well. Good luck to your endeavors, my friend, as well. All right. Let's see here. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to talk about. Our topic of the day is how much can a tinter really make? We're going to be talking about that and then a little bit more. If you guys are interested in window tinting, or if you guys have thought about window tinting or anything of that nature, one of the first steps, not if you can tint, but whether or not it can support you and your family, and that's very important. Obviously, I mean, you can have passion, but if it doesn't pay the bills, unfortunately, then it's not good. It's not going to be beneficial. By the way, I'm not sponsored by this drink company, so. Casey Bradley, hey, how are you? I think you're Casey. Same Casey from Texas, from Houston. I think it is. What's up, Casey? If that is, if not, hey. Okay, let's see. So as a tinter, working for a shop, an established tinter working for a shop, you can definitely make, easily you can make around $50,000 a year, very easily. If you want to take on some more responsibilities working at another shop, either, training newcomers or shop management, or maybe inventory, doing more than just showing up, tinting, and leaving, you can get it upwards of 60, 70, 75,000. I think the highest I know that I've ever heard of is between 80 and 90,000, which is a lot. And that's just working for your own shop. I mean, working for a shop for someone else. Now, if this is something that you want to do, obviously you can't just jump right into it. What you need to do is like I always tell people, you need to be able to tint at least 4 cars in an 8-hour session. So you're tinting 1 car every 2 hours. That's a bare minimum. If you cannot get a car cleanly and tinted and cleanly tinted in 2 hours, don't even try it yet. Keep working at it until you can get to that 2-hour threshold. Once you start working at a shop, then at that point, you're gonna at that point you are gonna get faster. That 2 hours will probably go down to 1 hour and 45, 1 hour and a half, and eventually you're gonna be right around the 1 hour and a half range, 1 hour and 15 range. So you'll just end up making more money and being faster. But if you can't do it in at least 2 hours, unfortunately, you're not worth enough for a shop because you can't produce enough. And that's just my own personal preference. I mean, you might be able to from some other shops, maybe for lower pay, but that's just it. Now, if someone's willing to take you on and they want to, I don't know, if they want to take you on at a lower pay and and they're okay with you doing a fewer cars, they don't need, or they're not in dire need to get you there, and you don't need 50,000, maybe you can do it at 35, then that's a good place to start too as well, because you are just learning. But once you get your feet wet, you can hit the ground running. I do want to let you know that you want to be a little careful with the amount that you can get. So when you start reaching good levels working for a shop, and I would say a good level would be $70,000, $80,000, $90,000. I think that level right there, you start getting to a red zone for yourself personally. And what I mean by that is that you're starting to make, I mean, first of all, you're making phenomenal money, number one. Number two, you're starting to make enough money that you would actually be taking a pay cut if you went and transitioned into your own shop, your own one-man shop, your own business. And I'll explain that in just, so we're going to go on to the second part of what other possible income scenarios you could be coming across. The first one is obviously working for a shop. Second one is going to be working for yourself. Now, this does take a little bit more time, I guess I could say. It's just because you're running a business. So now it's not just showing up, negotiating a pay, whether it's commission or salary based or whatever, but now it's your own personal business. You have overhead, you have rent, you have electricity, insurance, film costs, employees possibly if you're looking to hire people, advertising. I mean, a number of different things that goes on top, above and beyond. And they say when you work for yourself, you end up working a lot more. and it does pay out, and it does, you know, you will reap the rewards of that, but it won't be, I don't think it'll be in the first year or two. I really do believe, you know, if you're gonna run your own brick and mortar shop, or even a mobile business as well, I think you're gonna take a hit the first year. So it's always good to maybe grow something small. You know, I work at a main job right now, but I also do my own thing on the side on my off days. Totally transparent about it. They know what I'm doing, and I don't hide anything. So that's always that's probably the best scenario. But some other employees, they might not like that. But if you can build something on the side, then when you transition and go on your own, then at that point, you could definitely make some decent income. And let me see here, and I'm not ignoring anyone on the comment section over here. I just have a very small, what's the word I'm looking for, attention span. So if I look over at the comments, then I'm gonna like lose my train of thought. So we'll go ahead and get through this section here, and then we're gonna go ahead and go on into the chats as well. So so let me see here. Let me go ahead and pull up my calculator here. Come on, calculator. There we go. So let me pull up a calculator. Let me go ahead and just go into a screen section here. Boom. All right. So on a very like lean, not lean, because you can make some decent money as yourself here. But if you're just a one-man shop working for yourself, and you know, and you're at a brick and mortar place, you can probably turn over 4 cars minimum. You know, that's taking your time, especially if you have a plotter. But let's look at some numbers. Even if you just had 1 car a day, okay. So at 1 car a day, and a very modest 150 a car. You know, so if that's the case, you're doing that 1 car, and then let's say you're working 6 days a week, and let's say you work 50 weeks a year. You're about $45,000 now for the year. Now keep in mind, even if it took you a long time, I mean, if it takes you more than 2 hours to tint a car, you have no right, no business owning your own business. So don't do that. But for $45,000 a year, 1 car a day, you're working 2 hours a day, you're in and out, you're done. $45,000 is a lot of money. The average, you got to keep in mind as well, the national average for income is about $26,000. I think the household median 52,000. So, and I'm a little confused about that household medium thing. So I don't know if that's combined. So is that like the 2 spouse together, what they make? So I'm not 100% sure about that, but I thought it was about $27,000. So for just 1 car a day, you're already crushing it. 2 cars a day, now you're into, what is that, times 2? That's 90,000. You know, and you can make 150,000, but that's gross. That's gross income as well. So you're probably going to be at 15%. So if you're doing 2 cars a day, you're at 90,000. Let's say you have a 15% film cost. So it's 13.5 from your 90. So now you're at 76 and change. So realistically, you're probably going to be in the 40 percentile range in regards to overhead, and that's going to really push it high for film costs, rent, insurance, different things of that nature. So if we went back here, $90,000, and your overhead's going to be 40, so you're going to be taking home 60%. That's 54,000. You know, so after that's operating costs and different things, assuming that you're going to be at a 40% 40% operating costs. So if you take this, and don't forget, I'm not a CPA, so if you guys have any questions about hard numbers or taxes, things of that nature, find a CPA. But you know, take home at 54,000, and I believe self-employment tax is at around 30%, so you'll be taking home 70% of that. So now you're at 37.8, which is not a bad thing. That's take home. That's pretty good. You know, you divide that by 52 weeks. That's what was that, 726 a week? So was that 14? Yeah. So times that by 4. What is that a month? Oh wait, yeah. Let's take home 2,900 a month, almost $3,000 a month, a year. Yeah, month, roughly. So, those numbers, they seem pretty good. I would say that was one thing that really got me into window tinting is not only there's a lot of good beneficial things about window tinting as a business, but also as a career as well. Number one, there's not a lot of window tinters. So when you, hold on, I'm going to switch some stuff around here. Where am I? There we go. So as a career, there's not a lot of window tinters. So I know almost every shop I know is always looking for window tinters. Always. It's not that hard to find a shop. As long as you can tint, you're not drama. You don't bring drama in. You do your work. Pick up the phone when you're supposed to pick up when you're getting called. Obviously not at like midnight or anything like that, but like normal stuff, and you can tint, you make money all day long, no matter what. But running your own business, I mean, the startup capital, I mean, just to start a small mobile business, you could shove everything in your car, buy a few boxes of film and some tools. You'd be up and moving and have a business with less than $500. I'd say easily less than $500. So, I mean, those are my ideas. Those are my thoughts in regards to that. I hope it's helpful. I hope you guys get some knowledge from that. And I'm not gonna, talk my ear off all night long in regards to that. So let's go ahead and move on to the Q&A section here. Let's see how many people we have here. Oh, wow, we got about 20 people watching. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. That's really good. So let's switch over here. Bam. Let's move over here into the chat section. And at this time, we are going to be doing our Q&A here. So let me go ahead and scroll up, see if there's any questions here that I missed here. Casey, yes, it is you. That's what's up. Thank you very much for watching, tuning in. Appreciate it. Jaybird, 50 million. Looks like 50 million. If you can make 50 million bucks tinting, you're never gonna make 50 million. Nah, I don't say never. You'd have to tint a lot of cars, and then not just you. All right. Stamford, Connecticut in the house. What's up? What's up? All right. Israel 20 had a question here. Can green rubbing alcohol be used to remove tint adhesive from the rear window with defroster? I don't know why green. I figure rubbing alcohol is rubbing alcohol, but I would say, yeah, I guess, yeah, I'd say you can. But there's other things that you can use. You could probably use a degreaser that might be a little bit better, a little bit easier for you. Let me think here. Mean Green is a good one. Purple Power is another good one. 409. Your basic garage degreasers. If you spray it down on the adhesive, give it a few minutes, should work pretty well. Actually, most recent one that I've used is Purple Power. I sprayed it on. I literally sprayed it on the back window. I had adhesive all up on there. I went to go get some paper towels. By the time I came back, oh, it looks like my computer just shut down. Nope. Oh, we're good. Oh, my computer froze, and I thought it was definitely going down. Anyways, so by the time I came back with the paper towels to wipe it down, it was already done. Yeah, I mean, that adhesive was eaten up, and I was being able to wipe it down very easily. The only thing with Mean Green, Purple Power, and very strong degreasers, just be careful with what you put it on. If you're putting it on dark, like interior decking or leather, then you could definitely discolor it. So, I mean, it's okay to get it on there for a little bit, but then just wipe it off real quick. Like, we spray it down and wipe off any excess that's not on the glass. But that should help you in that respect. Simple green. That's right, brother. That's right. Alex asks, do you sell film and tools? I do not sell film, nor do I sell tools. Possibly in the future. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about having some merchandise and things of that nature. I got a couple other ideas. that are coming up. We are hitting the 5,000 subscriber mark, so that's a really exciting milestone. So I'm trying to get something like a good little package together for all the not all the subscribers, for one lucky subscriber. But no, I don't sell any tools or film just yet. It could be in the future, but I have really no plans. Maybe some merchandise, but there's so many already established companies that sell film and tools. I just rather, you know, send you guys off to someone that I know and trust. So to answer your question, no. All right, quick question here. Is it hard to cut and tint windows with window rain deflectors on the doors? No and yes. It's going to be, obviously, you're going to have a little bit more work done in it. Now, if you have the window, the front window especially, and really not the back window, but the front window, it's smaller in the front and larger in the back, right? So if the rain guards are just on top, you just have to roll the window down a little bit more when you cut the top edge. Now, if the rain guards are on the top and then extend all the way through the front, I've done one set of those one time, and it's really hard to gauge the size of the tint, because you just want an eighth of an inch on both sides. So, but you can't lay the film flat on there. It is a little bit more difficult. I've done it where, like, I basically put the film over. If there's a rain guard in the front section, I'll put the film over that and the glass, and then just cut the sides, and then trim accordingly on the front end if it's too long. But it's definitely doable. You just got to roll the windows down a little bit more when you do cut the top end. So that. What is the best tint to use? There's a lot of good, really great tints out there. A lot of different films that are really good. Films that you definitely want to stay away from. Anything that you can buy at Walmart, anything you can buy at AutoZone. That is non-professional film. Reason being is because I think it only comes in 20 inches, and actually it becomes pretty expensive to tint an entire vehicle, because you would need 2 of those packets, and you would have to actually splice the back window, and it would actually be harder. So get it from a reputable manufacturer, and then just do some of your research. Check out tintdude.com. They have some really great conversations there. Also, you can check out our community over at on Facebook at Window Tinting Business. We have about 2,500 members within that group. Different skill levels, from novice, beginners to 20-year vets. So if you can determine what kind of film, I guarantee you there's 10 or 20 or 30 different installers that use that film that can give you some pros and cons. But buy direct from a manufacturer. Don't buy from eBay, or don't buy from Amazon or anything of that nature, just because you don't know. It could be like junk B-roll film that was thrown away that somehow made it onto, like, I don't know, the black market, the black film market. I don't know. You're gonna have to do your own research on the film. The way I go with it is that as long as a film can last at least 6 years, and 6 to 7 years, and as long as I can work with it, and I can sell it at a price that the market will bear, then it's considered a good film for me. So, but that's my personal opinion. You gotta kind of figure it out on your own as well too. So, but yeah, hopefully that answered your question. Alex asked, what kind of brand of film should I buy as being a starter? I'll be honest with you. I can only go off of what I know. So when I started with Max Pro. It was a really good film, a little flimsy, a little thin. The problem is that once you start getting into really hard, aggressive shrinks, Crown Vics, bugs. I did a Dodge Dart or Dodge Neon, an older Dodge Neon, where the back was basically a bubble, and Max Pro it just could not hold up to the heat, and it would end up just literally melting on me. So I went from Max Pro, and then I went over to Johnson, and I was very pleased with Johnson. So what I would say, Max Pro was a really great film to start off at, because I think I was at like 66 46 cents a square foot, which is fairly affordable. And that's good because especially if you're practicing and you're learning, you don't want to be spending $2-3 a square foot if you're just going to be messing up film all day long. You want to get that film cost down effectively. But after that, I switched over to Johnson, and it shrunk a lot better. That has a decent warranty. The color looks good. I mean, it won't last forever, but I've seen it where it can last at least 10 years, and that's on back windows. Some people say Johnson's a 3 or 4 year film. Like I said, as long as it can last 7 years, you should be good to go. Go with Max Pro at first. Get your feet wet. Once you feel comfortable, give it a try on Johnson. It's really good. I liked it. Jaybird says Global. I hear a lot of great things about Global. I've never had my hands on Global. I hear phenomenal stuff about it. Good quality. It works well, and it's at a great price. So I've heard good things about Global. Jaybird, Max Pro failed on me. Yeah, like I said, I'm offering Max Pro just because it's affordable, and if you're just learning, you're gonna be running through film. No sense in buying expensive film for practice that you're gonna rip off anyways. To put on a rip off. I'm trying to see if I can find a manufacturer that will sell B-roll film, and B-roll film is film that has some sort of defect in it, something that they just can't sell because it doesn't meet their quality, either their quality control inspection. But if they could sell that film to new tinters as practice film, because as a new tinter, you're gonna tint a car, you're gonna install the film, you're gonna take it off, you're gonna do it again. Tint the car, install the film, take it off. So I mean, it doesn't need to stay, so it doesn't matter if there's a defect in it or not. All right, let's move on here. Vazen Kowalski. Ooh, I think I actually said that name right. Vazen Kowalski. 2 questions for you. Have you ever tinted bulletproof glass and windows that don't roll down? Never tinted bulletproof glass before. And windows that don't roll down. Yeah, I have tinted windows that don't roll down. If the physical window itself doesn't roll down, I just inform the client that there's no warranty that's going to be covered on that particular window because at the time of installation, the window was not working correctly. Feel free to write that down. That is a perfect phrase to say, and 99.99% of the time people have said okay. Because most of the time they don't want to be rolling around with one. Usually too, if the car that has a window that doesn't work and they're getting their cars tinted, they just want some dark aesthetic purposes. They know their car's not worth $1 million and whatnot, so they're gonna be fine with it. But if you happen to do that, cut the window out just like normal, just a little bit bigger than the actual frame. That way you can hide the edges, the top, the bottom, and the sides, and then just top load it like normal and just push it, get the wedge in there, and really soak down that top seal, and then just slide the film up until you're hiding the top edge. And then that's pretty much how I install it. If there's trash that gets in there, unfortunately that is the way it is. I mean, obviously it can't be too crazy, but I mean, for the window not being able to roll up and down, you gotta do your best to get it in there as clean as possible. All the way out from the UK. There we go. Armelon, 150. Jaybird says Armelon, $150 for 36 by 100 foot roll. Good to practice. There you go. There you go. Good idea on defective rolls, right? B-roll. I'm telling you, you're not going to use it. You just gotta get your feet wet. Gotta practice. Gotta go. Is Wind Cost a good film? Israel 20. I think I've heard of them once, maybe. I don't know. I've never used them, but I've also never heard of them either. Probably not a good idea. Some films off the top of my head: Suntech, Global, Lumar, 3M, Johnson's, Max Pro, Matico. God, there's so many. Just look online. Let me see if we can look online. Hold on. Yay, fun stuff. Hold on. Let's see what happens when we look up online. Come on. There we go. Google.com. Let's see. Window film manufacturers. Oh, there it was. Manufacturers. USA. Where's the manufacturers? Eastman Chemical Company. They own everyone. Let's see here. Lumar, obviously. Formula One is a form of Lumar. Vista, Suntech, Cooper Optic. Let's do. Find a manufacturer. International Window Film Association. Here we go. IWFA. Find a manufacturer. Here we go. Here we go. Avery Dennison, Johnson, KDX, Matico, St. Gobain, Solar Guard, obviously. Some other good ones here. Let's keep going. Let's go back. Suntech, Matico. There we go. Top window film manufacturers. Brands, tint industry. I don't know. Let's see this website. I've never seen this website before. Max Pro, Haneda, Axis. I've never really heard of them. There we go. There's some more good stuff. 3M, ASWF. Nope. Formula One. They are the step up from Lumar. So you can't just get Formula One. You have to be a Lumar dealer to get that. Hooper Optic, Matico, Solar Guard, Johnson, SunGuard, Suntech, VCool. So, yeah. Let's go back here. Boop. So yeah, those are a list of manufacturers that do window film. So hopefully that helped you out there. But this is kind of that was kind of nice. You know, you just kind of hop online. Let's see what we can find. Let's see. Hit that orange juice. Yes, Jeff Newsom. What's going on? Yep, I got the Powerade today. I don't like Powerade. I like Gatorade, really. But the old lady bought it for me. She didn't really know, so whatever. We're running with it. Daniel Murray, how do you keep trash out of your tint when installing? If you could spray your spray up in the air a little bit, get some of that dust down. Someone I was working with today said rain. I was like, rain. It always makes the shop wet and dirty. I mean, just because of the dirt, and you got to clean and mop the floors, and you got to watch your feet, getting wet and stepping into cars. But my buddy, he's been tinting for 30-something years. He says, tinting during the rain is the best because the rain keeps the dust down. Genius. Never really even thought about that. But watch your cleaning process. Keep an eye on your cleaning process. I do have a video on proper cleaning. It'll go step by step. Just check out my channel here. The proper cleaning process. Do it once, do it twice. I only do it once, but once you get it down once, that's really all you need. And then just quick, make sure you get the film wet and get it from your peel board onto the glass as quickly as you can. Make sure your hands are clean. Alex asked, do you play Xbox One or PS4? PS4 all day, every day. I'm really big into Fortnite right now. And I'm getting a little bit better, but I get distracted. I'll spend like 4 hours on that, and then I got other things to do. Like I'm trying to organize my whole channel. Got some big stuff coming up, so I really got to focus. But I also I got to have some downtime. So I do have fun gaming. That's a really fun game for me. Yeah, Jaybird has a really good idea here. Tape your seals off first. Flush the sides with sprayers and razors. Scrubby clean. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it down. Tape. If you have felt liners too, tape them down. I've heard people that burn them also with a blowtorch or high on a heat gun. So that'll help. I went and got high tech. You know what? You're right, Jeff. I did go high tech. I'm trying to get as high tech as I possibly can. I want to have the best channel for window tinting in the entire industry. When people think window tinting, I want them to think of me because I know that let's be honest here. you know, people support my content, but I give all my best stuff out for free. You know, it's like Gary Vee says, you give out your best stuff out for free because, you know, I'm just trying to make the industry better. I feel like there's just so much more it could do, and it has so much upside potential, that it's just I've gotten so much from it that I want to be able to give back to it. So plus it's a little bit of a fun hobby to be, you know, doing the videos and the live streaming and different things of that nature. So yeah, I put a lot into it. Gowari is another film brand. You're right. Gowari is also global. So, for all y'all that didn't know, make it rain. I was tinting a Jaguar FX on light raining, and it was a nightmare to dry it. Dry the car or dry the tint? I'm a little confused of it. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt. There is a thing called a one pass. Let me see if I can find it. Let's go back over here. Let's see if I can find it. This is really great for when you're working on cars. Here it is. So this thing is called a one pass. So you can get these at Advanced Auto Parts, AutoZone, things of that nature. A lot of PPFers use it. PPFers. There it is. There's a picture of it. So it's a really soft squeegee that you can you know, just run over the top of the car. You're not going to get a bone dry, but you'll be able to wipe off the majority of the water that's on a car. So if you don't have a one pass yet, go ahead and get a one pass. They are pretty awesome. Here in the UK, it's raining every day. Julian, I remember you from the last live stream. Yes, it's not Lulian. I remember that one. But yeah, it rains every day. Ugh. It's okay. That's all right. You know, just get a one pass and get a lot of towels. Dry everything out. Dry that puppy off. You'll be good. You'll be good. If you gotta get a little wet to make a little money, it's all right. It's all right. Burn and tape. Jaybird, try just burning. You'll be done. Burn and tape. I feel like that's a little redundant to burn and tape. Oh no, the one pass is for like when you bring a car in and it's wet, and because like especially if you're shrinking a back window, you don't want to lean up against a wet car because then you'll be soaking wet. So the one pass helps just to give a good pass on the car, just to get the majority of the water off. But yeah, use towels and your normal tools for that. I have done torch shrinking. Jaybird asks, have you tried torch shrinking rear windows? I have done torch shrinking on rear windows, and it was it's something you have to get used to, but it's like anything else. Whether you're using a weak heat gun like a Wagner. A Wagner is like a not an industry standard, I wouldn't say anymore. It has good heat at 1100 degrees, but it doesn't push a lot of air out. So it's good for a beginner because you can take your time in shrinking. But you know, I've used some Black & Decker heat guns that really move air. I do like a blowtorch. You just got to get used to it, how far or how close you're putting the heat on there and the moving. I think it was the Bernomatic TS8, I think it was, has a really wide mouth for the torch, if you guys are into that. Casey asks, what do you mean by burn? Okay, so some cars some cars will have felt liners, and what you can do is you can roll the window down all the way, and obviously you're standing on the outside, and you can take a torch and you can literally burn the felt on the inside. Now you're just torching it, so like if I took a torch and I torch the hair, it doesn't look like I have hair on my arm, I swear to God, but it doesn't look like it. But if I torched just enough to torch the loose hairs on my arm, torching, I'm not burning, and I'm not literally burning the door, but you just want to singe, that's a good word, singe the top layer of the felt liner, and then that minimizes the amount of felt that gets into your tent. Yeah, it turns it from like a real glossy, not really glossy, like a glossy matty black to not so glossy matty. You really can't tell. I mean, I do them on Mercedes all the time. And this puppy start at 40. I do them on $120,000 Mercedes. No one really tells. TS8000, there we go. Bow shooter up in the house. Appreciate that, my friend. TS4000, a little too small. TS8000 is the big wider mouth. It's phenomenal, phenomenal. Yeah, Casey's with all the caps. You're getting me scared there. Peach fuzz on them arms. I guess the perks of being Asian, huh? All right, Daniel Murray. Let me see what happened to my chat here. Give me 1 second, y'all. See if I can bring my my live stream back up here on the actual monitoring part. There we go. Back up. Okay, let's see what we have here. There, now I can actually read it. We're still good? We're still good? Yeah. Julian from the UK. I have a pop-up gazebo to do it when I'm doing mobile. Yeah, just be careful with that gazebo. Make sure to use sandbags or screw it into the concrete. Do something to secure it away, because I've heard nightmare stories about wind catching that gazebo and just blowing it away and either breaking windows or scratching the heck out of cars. So be careful with that. Glock Love 19. Some people like me do not like that squeegee on their paint, especially when you detail the car yourself. I'm not a detailer. I'm just trying to get the water off. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking into it like that, I mean, I know some detailers are like super detailed about their detailing. So yeah, teach their own. If you feel comfortable with using the one pass, do it. If not, c'est la vie. All right, let's see. Casey, definitely not trying that yet. Would sure burn the car down. Casey, you make me laugh. You make me laugh. I'm looking for a good... Oh, by the way, Casey, I think I am going to be going out to the Houston area. I think within the next couple months or so. You know, if you're still free and available, I'd love to come check out the shop and the business. Let's see, Daniel Murray. I'm looking for a good 15% tint film. I tried Lennox, but it's dyed film, so it's going to turn brown. Just got some Johnson 1-ply 15, but it's more on the blue side. Do you know any 15 tint? Yeah, everyone that we just mentioned in the previous conversation. That's you know, when we're talking about manufacturers. Dyed film is good. If you can get a dyed film that has like color stable in it, then that's even better. Yeah, I would stick away. I wouldn't get near any 1-ply film. Just 2-ply. Is not 1-ply. 1 mil. Did you say 1 mil or 1-ply? Standard thickness on film is 1.5 mils. Don't go with the thinner stuff just because it's harder to work with. Marco asks, best solution for backside dot matrix. Backside dot matrix. I'm assuming you're talking about on the rear of the car. Scrub a dub as hard as you can, not as hard as you can, but scrub a dub plenty. Sometimes people use steel wool, some people use alcohol. I like using just a rag and wiping a good wipe down where the dot matrix and the glass is together. Rub it down really good. I find that the adhesive sticks to that a lot better. Hope that helps. Let's see here. Jared Tamayo, I hope I'm saying that right. How do you deal with price hagglers? I don't. My prices are my prices, and that's it. If you want to, I tell people if they want to bargain, they can go down to the flea market. But if they want a good quality installer and a good quality job done, it's going to cost you. That's what I tell people exactly. My spiel that I tell people at price haggle, number one, if they're going to price haggle, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be my client. But I tell people, I say, listen, I'm not manufacturing radios here. This is not a manufacturing facility, you know, where everything's timed out the same and the end product is the same. You're talking about a handcrafted art. So, and prices will vary. I can send you over to a $99 tint shop, but I'm going to see you in 6 months because the quality is probably not going to be the best. I'm not knocking $99 tint shops. Maybe they go off of volume. But me personally, I don't budge on my prices. I tell people that I'm very good at what I do. I'm very meticulous, and it's a professional job. And if you want a professional job, you're going to have to pay for it. That's what I tell people exactly. Ooh. Myers Auto Detailing and Customs. Do you have any tips on cutting and shrinking rear windows on something like a 78 Cadillac Chevelle that has a vinyl top? The older model cars don't have dot matrices. They don't have ceramic. It was the glass was held in a different way. So it's really difficult to get a clean install on a vehicle like that. Most of the time, people either do it's very difficult. I don't even do them very often, I'll be honest with you, because to get a clean install, sometimes you have to have a slight gap, because if you push up all the way up against the metal that's holding the glass in, then obviously the film won't lay down. But if you're too far away, you're super gapped. So those are very difficult. Unfortunately, I just don't do them. Like very few and far between. I'd have to check it out, see if there's any room for me to work in there. But most of the time, projects like that are not worth my time. And I'll probably like triple my highest price just so they say no, because I'd rather not do that. Why? Because I know a car like that will probably take me, I'm good, and it'll probably take me 5 or 6 hours to do. And in 5 or 6 hours, I can do 3 cars, 4 cars. So, I mean, I can make more money doing other cars, standard cars, than that car. I would probably just send it off to another shop. Just my opinion. Use a Sharpie marker. Julian Florin asks, what do you think about metallized film? What is the best, charcoal or metallized? I think you're thinking of charcoal and smoked is a type of the depth of color, you know, between a lighter and a darker shade of darkness. But metallized is the actual type of film. We don't use a lot of metallized film. I know we use... like ATR is a metallized, it's a hybrid. It's a metallized dyed film, so it's a mixture between dyed and metallized film. But not a lot of metallized film, number one, because the reflectivity is a lot higher, and I don't know how it is in the UK, but in the US we have restrictions in regards to how reflective a film can be. Like back in the 80s and 90s, mirror tint was very popular and legal. Not anymore. Just because I think... Because if you're driving around with mirrors on your outside, the sun can reflect off that and blind other people. But for some reason, you can get chrome and mirror car wrap, and it's fine. So it's a little weird for me. But also, second reason why we don't use a lot of metallized film is because it could interfere with GPS. With technology that's being put into cars, it can interfere with a lot of GPS systems and AM/FM radio and things of that nature as well. So we don't use just a straight metallized film. Just saying. All right, here we go. As soon as you get an Instagram, let it know I don't have Facebook 1 followers for Instagram. Oh, copy that. All right. I should start an Instagram. I mean, they're pretty popular. So I think my buddy Robert's already set me up with an Instagram. I just, I haven't even really looked into it. I do the YouTube channel, and I keep this maintained, and then I do the Facebook group because everyone has Facebook. Almost everyone, not you apparently. But then you know, I have like handles for like Twitter and Instagram and other things, but I don't use them because I don't want to take on too many things. So like I keep track of this, and I keep track of Facebook, but then if I add Instagram, there's just one more thing I gotta keep track of, and blah 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 blah. So maybe I will do the Instagram thing. I gotta take a look. I've been thinking about it hard actually, just because I think a lot of people are on it, and it might be beneficial. All right, moving on here. It looks like Jaybird is just rocking the comment section. Jaybird's been in the game with me on this channel in this journey almost since day one. I'd want to say my first 100 subscribers, I would say Jaybird was there. So kudos to you, my friend. Appreciate it. Ceramic works too. Yeah, ceramic works very good, and it's and you get a good pay. A good pay out on ceramic. So yeah, if you can get some ceramic film and you can sell ceramic, you're in the money, buddy. You are in the money. All right, guys, I'm gonna put up looks like I'm gonna take some final last questions here, and then we're gonna wrap it up for tonight's live stream. I try to keep these short just because if people want to watch the rebroadcast, you know, I already keep them around an hour, so we've been going for just shy of an hour, so I don't want to go for too long, just for the rebroadcast purposes here. Daniel Murray, let me know how long you've been tinting, or how long you've been in the game. If I'd have to guess, good days and bad days, you're still within a year or two of learning. I don't know. I've been tinting for years now, and shrinking film is one of the hardest things to do in the industry and in the you know, for this profession, because first of all, it's a lot of material. So if you mess it up, you know, it's just money down the drain, and that material costs. But things to minimize, try taking a shop towel, folding it over until it can fit in your hand, and then you can just you know, as you're shrinking in a circular motion, you could still work the film that way as well. And that's kind of like a first layer, and then the second time you can go ahead and go over with a Mac Tack or a harder hard card. I feel like that's good. I'm trying to get a video together to showcase that shrink style. It's something that I've never seen anyone else do, so I'm going to try to show that to people, because I think if people can get a handle on how to shrink a little bit easier, it won't deter people from like leaving. So hopefully, yeah. Close to a year. Yeah, I've been doing it for about just close to a year, Murray. So yeah, it's the first year is the hardest. First, I would probably say the first 1,000 cars are the hardest, because you'll shrink. It'll be slow, but then you'll notice that, you know, eventually it's going to click, and you're going to notice that it doesn't take you as long. You don't crease it as much. When I first started, I was creasing everything. Everything I put my hands on, I was creasing. I was rolling the film out of the roll. But maybe you start off with 10 creases, and then it goes down to 7, and then it goes down to 4, and then you can almost do it, but you got 1 or 2 creases, and you're so close. And then you get that perfect window where your first shrink, where there's no creases. I'm not talking like an easy Malibu. I'm talking like something like a Charger, or something that has some good curve to it, you know? And then it just gets easier and easier and easier and easier. And the next thing you know, you're going to be shrinking windows like you're not even realizing it. And then what's going to happen, is funny, is that you're going to be shrinking so many windows that you never really crease. So when you do end up creasing the film, you're like, whoa, what? Because your mind kind of goes into autopilot at that point. So then when you do shrink and you crease it, and you're like, wait a minute, that never happens. You're actually going to have to focus and focus on what you're doing. It's just time, my friend, time. First 1,000 cars, I probably say, is the hardest. You know, if you can get yourself in a shop, that'd be the best, because you can see more cars and do more cars. You know, the pay might not be great, but you'll be on the path, my friend. You'll be on the path to righteous goodness. Hogan asks, how do you tint brows or sun strips good? I have a video on that. Go ahead and check out my channel. Go into my videos. It says how to tint a how to tint a sun strip. Yeah, go step by step. Go ahead and check out my video, boss. Okay, here's a good question here. In Puerto Rico, 35% is the legal limit, and it can be all around. So what percentage should I use to get there at 35%? So if it's at 35% and your windows, most windows most of the time are like a 70 to 80% VLT already, just from clear glass from the factory. So if you get a 35, you'll probably meter at like a 32 or something like that. But from 35 to 32, you really can't tell. And unless they're like super strict in Puerto Rico, I'd probably stick with 35. If they're like super strict, I'd probably go with the 40, because the 40 plus, you know, whatever the VLTs are on the clear glass is going to bring it down just below 40, but still keep you above 35. And double check your laws too for Puerto Rico, because I don't know the laws. But check and see, because I'm assuming that's for sedans and coupes. But what do you do with trucks, SUVs, multi-purpose vehicles are what they're called. Typically here in the States, you know, the laws are different for the back end. They can be, I mean, they come tinted from the factory, you know. So just double check your laws on multi-purpose vehicles too, to see what you need to do to comply with those. Yeah, unfortunately, film is not designed to stick to the dot matrix. So sometimes, especially if there's a thick dot matrix, sometimes you just trim it right where the dot matrix starts, and that's just how it goes. Unfortunately, sometimes you just can't. Either that, if it looks horrible when you're cutting right at the dot matrix, then that's pretty much it. You just kind of call it a day and say it can't be done. Yeah, Jaybird has a good idea. Yeah, use less soap. Your slip solution might be too slippery. Use less soap, and lean it up a little bit, and that could help. Definitely, that could definitely help. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up at this time. I really appreciate everyone joining us tonight, and for everyone that was involved in the Q&A session and in the topic at hand as well. If you have any questions, concerns, shout outs, you know, we're going to be doing some more live streams again every Tuesday, 7 p.m. So just like I said, you can go ahead and subscribe by hitting the blue box in the corner, and then hit the bell notification if you want to know when I go live or upload any new videos. Oh, I kept your attention. Yes, I'm working on it. So thanks again, guys, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I'm pretty sure the comments disappear after this uploads and whatnot, but if you have any questions, concerns about what you want to do for next week, some topics you guys want to cover for next week's live stream, go ahead and hit it up in the comments below. And thanks again, Jaybird, thanks again for being around. Thank you, everybody, and y'all have a great one. We'll talk soon.